In the previous session, I have shown you how to, using Microsoft Excel software, how to generate the Sudharshana Chakra Dasa given the date of birth and the ascendant inclination. Before you start learning to predict using the Sudharshana Chakra Dasa, first you have to learn how to analyze it with a known event. One of the event that I took for my example is the date of marriage. I have taken 3 examples, gathered their marriage date, and then using Vimsottari Dasa, I tried to see if the Vimsottari Dasa is cooperating for the marriage. And once I proved that the Vimsottari Dasa is cooperating for the marriage, then I went to, since I knew the date of marriage, I went to Sudharshana Chakra Dasa and see on that given date what is the, in Sudharshana Chakra Dasa, what is the Mahadasa, which house Mahadasa is running and which house Antardasa is running. In this way you can figure it out, like if you have to predict an event for a using Sudharshana Chakra Dasa, then you have to know how which house Mahadasa is important for that event and then which house Antardasa is important. So for the Sudharshana Chakra Dasa, let me explain you more in detail using the 3 examples as I mentioned earlier. Thank you. In this session, I am going to analyze the marriage event using Sudharshana Chakra Dasa. Even though we all know that the 7th house, which is the Kalatra Sthanam, plays a vital role in determining the timing of the marriage event, the other houses that we need to look at it are the 2nd, which is the Kutumba Sthanam, also known as the family, the 4th, Sukha Sthanam or home life environment, the 5th, Putra Sthanam, children, and the 12th house is the pleasures of bed. So when you are analyzing the marriage event, you have to look at the 7th, along with the 7th, the 2nd, the 4th, the 5th, and the 12th houses. In general, the marriage, the appropriate age for marriage is between age of 22, between 22 and 24, and that lasts for 12 years. So that is 34 to 36. So between 22 and 36 is the period where you have to look for in the Sudharshana Chakra Dasa for the possibility of marriage. Usually cycle 3 comes during this period between the age of 22 and 36. So most of the cases, either in the second cycle, the 12th house Mahadasa, or the third cycle, first, second, fourth, fifth, 7th and 12th house Mahadasas. These are the 6 Mahadasas that you have to concentrate while analyzing or predicting the possibility of a marriage for a native. And the following steps, what you have to do is, first once you calculate the Sudharshana Chakra Dasa, you identify the lords for the first house, the 2nd, the 4th, the 5th, 7th, and 12th houses. Once you know who are the lords, look at their natal position. Where are these lords residing? And look at which houses are they aspecting. Once you know all this, look at if there are any malefics associated with the lords, or whether the houses they are aspecting, are there any malefics in that house. Once you prepare the document, go to the Vimsottari Dasa and see between the age of 22 and 36 what is Mahadasa, which planet is having the Mahadasa. If that planet is the lord of first, second, fourth, fifth, 7th or 12th houses, that means Vimsottari Dasa is cooperating. Then you can go to the Sudharshana Chakra Dasa and find out what is the possibility of getting married. Now let's take the example of Manisha Koirala, the Bollywood actress. She was born on 16th August 1970 and her date of marriage was 19th June 2010. So first and the foremost, you look at the Vimsottari Dasa to see what is the Mahadasa, and is that Mahadasa cooperating for the native to get married between the age of 22 and 36. So here Jupiter Mahadasa began in 1997 August, and it's all the way up to 2013. Jupiter, now if you look at Jupiter, Jupiter is the lord of 12th house. 12th house pertains to pleasures of bed, and Jupiter is the karaka for marriage for women, and Jupiter is residing in the 10th house, in the natural 7th house, which is Libra. So Jupiter is very active here for the native to get married. Now let's go to the second one, the Antardasa. The actual marriage happened during Jupiter Mars Antardasa. So when you look at the natal chart, Mars is the 4th house lord, which is Sukhasthanamu, and is residing in the 7th house, and moon is the lord of the 7th house, and moon is in the 1st house. Thus moon is directly aspecting the 7th house, and thus thereby aspecting the 4th house lord, which is Mars. And Jupiter being the natural karaka for marriage, the Jupiter's 5th aspect is again on moon. That's the reason why during the Jupiter Mahadasa and either the Mars or the moon Mahadasa, the native, there's a possibility for the native to get married. This is during the Vimsottari Dasa. When once you understood why during the Vimsottari Dasa the native got married, then you go to the Sudharshana Chakra Dasa to figure it out. Does that Dasa system cooperate for the native? Since this being an analysis, we are just trying to see what is the Sudharshana Chakra Dasa at the time of marriage. Now go back to the Sudharshana Chakra Dasa and see how to validate the date of marriage of Manisha Koirala. As usual, you can see in her chart the 1st house lord is Saturn, moon is in the 1st house, the 4th house lord is Mars and Saturn is residing there, and the 7th house lord is moon where Mars is residing there. The ascendant inclination is 12 degrees 59 minutes, and this is the explanation. I just want to give you one more time pertaining to Vimsottari Dasa, why the Vimsottari Dasa is cooperating for the native to get married during that period. Let's go and change her date as August 16th, 1970. Once you enter that one and go to the Sudarshan Chakra Dasa, you enter the inclination as 12 degrees 59 minutes, and then you will see that the native got married during the 4th cycle of Sudarshan Chakra Dasa. This is a rare event. Very rarely a native gets married during the 4th cycle, and the reason, there are plenty of reasons for her astrologically, and let's not worry about that now. Let's go to the Sudarshan Chakra Dasa. So March the 1st, you see the native got married on 19th June 2007. So let's go back to the Sudarshan Chakra Dasa, the 4th cycle, and the 4th cycle, the 5th house Mahadasa began on 8th March 2010. And so when you look at the Antardasa, it happened on 19th June. So it will be the 7th house Antaradasa and the 5th house Mahadasa. Yeah, here you can see the 6th June is the last end of that, but due to the calculations of the error, calculation errors due to the time of birth or the other calendar date calculations, you can see a little bit plus or minus 1 week difference. That's the reason why you see that the marriage has happened, even though marriage has happened on 19th June officially, the astrologically it might have happened somewhere during the 5th house Mahadasa and the 7th house Antardasa. This is the chart of the Bollywood actress Rakhi Sawant. According to the website, she got married on 2nd August 2009. So if you look at her natal chart and the Vimsottari Dasa, at the time of marriage, the period was Moon, Jupiter, Venus. Now look at the natal chart. Moon is the lord of the 4th house, is residing in the 5th house and is co-joined with Jupiter, the natural karaka for marriage, and Jupiter is also the lord of the 12th house, pleasures of bed, and Mars, the 1st house lord, is also co-joined with the moon. So moon has been co-joined with the two important planets Mars and Jupiter pertaining to marriage. Also, now go to Venus. Venus is the 7th house lord, natural, not only a regular 7th house lord, the natural 7th house lord and the 7th house lord on this chart. And Venus is positioned in the 11th house from Lagna, but when you look from moon, Venus is in the 7th house. That's the reason why the possibility for the Neetu to get married during the moon Mahadasa, either Venus or Jupiter Antardasa, was very high, and according to this, she was married on moon, Jupiter, Venus period. Now let's go to Sudharshana Chakra Dasa and see at this time what is the plan, which house and is the Mahadasa and which house is the Antardasa. This is the natal chart of Rakhi Sawant, the Bollywood actress. She got married in June 2009, and this is her ascendant is 26 degrees 54 minutes. So let's go to the first of all, let's go and look at the chart analysis. The chart analysis is, I repeated it again here, okay, and enter the date of birth here, which is February 3rd, 1980. Once you enter the date of birth as February 3rd, 1980, you see that she got married during after the 29th year and before the 30th year, that is January 2009 through January 2010. And here Venus activates the 6th house from Lagna, and since Venus is 4th house from Lagna, and Venus is in the 4th house from Lagna. So let's go to the Sudharshana Chakra Dasa and enter the Lagna inclinations here, which is 26 degrees 54 minutes. So let's go and enter 26 degrees 54 minutes and see what is the Sudharshana Chakra Dasa period. When you look at it, as usual, you first look at the third cycle of Sudharshana Chakra Dasa. The third cycle started in March 2003. So let's go and enter the third cycle as March 2003, and then when you go back all the way till 2009, here it is, 2009, the 7th house is the Mahadasa, which started in March 2009, and the 7th house Antardasa is from March 2009 till April 2009. She got married on 2nd August 2009. So you go back to the Sudharshana Chakra Dasa, and when you look at it, you will see it as, there it is, there it is. She got married on the 12th house Antardasa. So the 7th house Mahadasa and the 12th house Antardasa is the Sudharshana Chakra Dasa time when the Neetu got married. Thus, you can see that in the Sudharshana Chakra Dasa, during the houses that are shown, 2nd, 4th, 5th, 7th, one of the houses Mahadasa will be the one that activates the marriage, and then look at the Antardasa to see it accordingly.